That's the last rubber band I had.
The 28 series of movies. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. But then again, calling it the 28 Days franchise doesn't sound right either, because only one of the films is called that. Okay, screw it. This franchise has always been known for redefining what it means to be a zombie movie. I like both 28 Days Later and 28 Months Later. I'm not a massive fan of them, but I think that they're pretty cool takes on the zombie genre, with interesting filmmaking techniques and messages. So, when 28 Years Later got announced, I sort of responded with, oh, that's cool, I guess. That is until I saw the trailer. 28 Years Later genuinely has one of the best trailers I've ever seen for a movie, which is so rare to see nowadays, where even good movies get bad trailers. I didn't even want to watch any of the other marketing for the film because the first trailer already completely sold me. I'll say this before we get into the video. That trailer may have overhyped me a bit. I don't think the movie lived up to the expectations that trailer set, but I still think this is a really good movie. Still, it does have some issues, but not enough to drag it down for me. So let's get into the twisted world of 28 Years Later. Spoilers ahead. The film takes place 28 years after the outbreak began. Shocking, I know. The setting of the movie is a small island which is disconnected from the mainland until a specific time of day when the people of the island go out to scavenge for resources. After a father, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, takes his son Eric out to hunt, they return to the boy's sick mother. Eric decides to go on a mission to save the mother by finding the only remaining doctor in the area, who's believed to have gone insane. I'll start with the obvious, the film's plot is kind of all over the place. That's definitely a style the film is going for, and to the film's credit, I really didn't know where the plot was going to go next, but at times it does feel like the story was just there to get the characters moving from one set piece to another. So I guess it's a good thing that the set pieces are thoroughly entertaining. I actually really liked most of the characters, with amazing performances from people like Ray Fiennes, Jodie Comer, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. But the most important performance is the main kid. His acting is the make or break for a story like this, and fortunately, Alfie Williams does a fantastic job selling each emotional moment. The filmmaking techniques on display in this movie are absolutely amazing, with the opening action sequence especially having some crazy shots that are even crazier when you realize they were done by basically strapping a bunch of iPhones together. While I did like most of the characters, I was a little disappointed that the film pretty much forgets about the father halfway in, with him only making a minor appearance at the end. I thought for sure they were going to bring him back later in the story, but he just gets brushed to the side. The visuals of this movie are astounding, with impressive practical effects, costume design, and sets that make this world truly feel isolated and alone. Also, the ending is super weird. Apparently it's a reference to something exclusive to British culture, but I don't know anything about that. Maybe I'll understand it by the time the next movie comes out in like a decade from now. In summary, 28 Years Later is by no means a masterpiece. In fact, the more you poke at it, the more cracks start to form, but it's heavily carried by its amazing atmosphere, performances, emotional moments, and cinematography. When I review any piece of media, what I'm looking for above all else is a clear creative vision. If a movie feels like it's made by a corporation just to be as marketable as possible, I'll probably enjoy it less. It's why I'm glad movies like Sinners and 28 Years Later exist, because it's these movies where you are fully enveloped in a person's mind, attempting to understand why they made the decisions they did. And that's why I do this in the first place. That's all I got for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit that bell icon to be notified for whenever I make a new video. The next review should be F1, so if you're interested in that, or interested in supporting the channel more, then turn on notifications and check out my other videos. Okay. That's it. Bye.